Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's Frank, American Eagle Rises. We got Monday, Moon Day. How you guys doing? Hope you guys' weekend was good. Yeah, so what's been going on with America, right? A couple little things. Maybe they're pretty big, but I just noticed, and coming from the liberal communist news, it looks like the Supreme Court has green light the deportations in good old Los Angeles. Yep. I need water, guys. This cold, it's getting better every day, but it's still like there. It's like this, curve, and you're like, you can't get to zero. You just keep, what's that, asymptotic? Yeah, make a joke out of that for what you will. And then, there was a bunch of helicopters and military stuff flying over Chicago, Chirac. Yeah. I wonder how many are there. There's probably a lot. If you want to put your tinfoil hat on, like I do, which I'm not wrong, it's not me necessarily, but at least the information that came to me, right? And maybe it's come to you, right? This is also potentially, again, I don't have hard concrete evidence, so we're going into speculation territory, but these are, in addition, a cover to take care of some, unsavory people that, they have a big name. It's part of that arrest about that, the letter, the quickie, the quickie mart, 17th letter. You guys know what I'm talking about? Come on. By the way, guys, thanks for you showing up, that people that come here all the time. Thank you so much. You're the reason why we're already over. We got 61. And thanks for all you new people for subbing and giving me a chance and taking a gander around here. We're not, we're like super duper duper microscopic. Maybe we're more like quantum level. We're within the atom. You got a little part. Anyway, yeah, I know we're kind of crazy around here as well. But yeah, so those are things that's going on. I keep seeing tidbit here, tidbit there about bipartisan support for the E-list, the E-clients. Hang on, guys. Sorry. Just kind of comes out of nowhere. Like I said, I'm totally fine. And then all of a sudden I feel like I gotta, and then every once in a while I gotta either clear my throat or it ends up being a cough. It's worse in the morning and then it tapers down. So it's kind of like it gets worse and it gets better. And it gets worse and it gets a little better. Kind of a jagged line. Kind of like the stock market. But not today. So that's actually a good way to segue into that. So let's put on our, infamous birth control glasses. Yeah. Whatever. Hey, man, when you're 51, are you going to look this good? I just shaved a couple days ago, guys. Look at this. This is like 3 days. Yeah, sure. All right, let's keep going on a regularly scheduled program, which we don't have a regularly. Well, it is daily. So, but anyway, we don't have a template. We don't read from a script. We just, we just go seat of the pants. It's how I do my best work anyway. Yeah, where were we? Oh yeah, stock market. Get in with it, Frank. Come on. Yeah. Hey, man, I'm here. All right, you know, half the battle, right? G.I. Joe, right? You get. Sorry, guy. Yeah, I love G.I. Joe. Yeah. So the Treasury, the 10-year Treasury, came down again. We still got another like 38 minutes left. But it's down another 4 basis points, man. So it's almost down to 4%. Which, to be honest, that's kind of like I'll call it a local low. That's still not horrible for long-term rate, especially if short-term rates are going to significantly plunge. And that kind of is like stemming any losses in the greater market. So if you're more of a SPY or normal, you know, obviously I have my 401k stuff, but actually, to be honest, I think my 401k is, I moved to more of a, I don't want to say cash position, but to a very conservative fund, because I'm like, all right, we're going to get a 50% pullback. When? I don't know, but it's going to be the next couple of years, and it's nearly impossible to pivot in a 401k like that, right? So, you know, even when you say, oh, I want to buy it, like they won't buy it for like 2 weeks or sell it. But yeah, so that SPY is like basically flat. No, it's not down. It's like up 32 cents. Well, actually, that's not even, because SPY is 647 and 60. But Bitcoin's getting a slight little push up. So is gold and silver. Gold a little bit more. Silver is trending up, but it keeps, it opens higher and then it always ends lower than what it opened at. But it's still up from the day prior. So that's kind of, so if you're more of a momentum trader, it doesn't, anyway, these stupid computers at this point. It's almost like, you know, you're better off not doing anything, because it's just, you know, you're trying to, you know, get ahead, and you're going so fast. You know, it's like you already went through 3 cycles. You're better off just not doing anything and just park it, get 4%. You know, trying to make money. It's just like, dude, I could just not lose money, make 4%. And some other guys, he's still down like 25% in his crypto, right? So it's like, hey, I'm not down 25% in my cash position, and I got. Now again, if it goes parabolic, then obviously, you know, but I need cash for reserve funds, and I suggest you do too. So yeah, that's what's going on in the market. I don't expect anything super duper major. So the market is already pricing in that Fed cut rate, which is like in what, 2, 1, yeah, it's what, is it on the 17th? I don't remember. They normally do it on a Wednesday. I thought it was like near the end of September. So it's either the 17th or the 24th, because I'm looking at the calendar right now, my dragon calendar. It looks so cool. If you're into dragons like me. So yeah, we'll just keep on, you know, we're keep doing our little Bitcoin thing. We got Coinbase buying like $10 at a time. I put like so much in from my paycheck, and then it just buys a certain amount of a certain coin every day. So we wanted to do that as part of our goal for this year, because I don't have that big of a position in crypto compared to the rest of my portfolio, right? To be honest, I'm kind of mostly right now, it's probably percentage-wise, I got a pretty good cash position, and I have a pretty good precious metals position. But the precious metals position, most of that I built like, what, 15 years ago? Like, well, started 15 years ago. I haven't really been adding in the last 2 years, because it was trading flat, and I already kind of had a lot. My cash position wasn't great, and then my job prospects were, right, because they're still talking about cuts. So anyway, we are getting about 10 minutes. We don't want to be going too long, because this is just, we're trying to find what works, what doesn't work. It seems like no matter what I do, it doesn't work. But you guys that are watching, thank you, because I feel like I'm just like this is just nothing, right? Like, well, anyway, you, you don't care about that, right? You don't care about this. So today, right? I don't want to say we're trying. Maybe this is like, even though it's more of something I'm still working on. Maybe you guys can relate, and maybe if you want, you can share if you want. That's totally fine. But maybe this might help you too, because maybe you guys got kind of the same rut, but they call it like you gotta love yourself, and like it sounds so cliche, which it is, right? But especially like, I don't know about, again, I can only talk for myself and some of the people that I know. Like we were never shown that, like what that means, or never modeled it, right? Most of the men that I know growing up, and most of the men that it's more like, hey man, how much can you sacrifice, and how much can you, for other people, and it's like you're last. So it's really hard. You guys know what happened yesterday. I don't want to say that's kind of changing my mood a little bit, but it's kind of like not necessarily that. It's kind of like the last straw that breaks the camel back, right? It's not that last straw, right? It's all those accumulation, right? But yeah, it's kind of like, all right, what are we here for? That type of discussion, right? So I went for a walk a little bit earlier during lunchtime. It felt a little bit better. Sun's still fine. I don't know. I'm feeling like I'm not super tired, but I don't really feel energized to do a lot. And there's some things. So I'm like, all right, let's try to find a little like, hey Frank, like you have to love yourself. So some of this stuff, even though you don't really need to do it, maybe do it for yourself, but in the same breath, I don't want to make it feel overwhelming, because I don't want to like have that, like I gotta do it, because then I get it done and I kind of have like, oh, I feel a little bit better about myself, and then I'm just like, well, why did I do it? Because now I'm just, anyway, so that's something I've been struggling for quite some time anyway, and I'm pretty sure you guys all have your version of it, and I hope you guys, go. I call it the grind, right? Keep going on that. Don't give up on yourself. I'm here for you if you ever need anything. And just I know it's I don't want to say it's rah rah rah, right? I kind of want to lift your spirits, but in the same breath, I don't. Right? This is real stuff, right? So don't be too hard on yourself. But don't put what's the kind of the word, like don't over stress about it, right? That's something that I say it, and I still gotta I still gotta work on that myself too. So anyway, guys, you guys got anything looking forward to the week or anything? I'm not necessarily. Looks like next Monday is payday though, so I'm looking forward to that. I don't know about you guys. I'm still a W-2 person. I've always tried to not be, but as a mechanical engineer, especially working in the automotive industry, you can't really, you really can't get out. It's really hard to even do anything consulting-wise. That's pretty much all dead now, too. You really can't have your own small little company. They only want certain approved. I've been trying to do some things on the side, and nothing's really been sticking. The last time I had a decent side gig was like 2003. I think I started in 2001 or 2000. For a couple of years, I was selling Magic cards at card shows when Magic was, it was like 25 years ago. But it was a little bit easier to kind of make a decent profit. And that hobby, I don't know. It's hard to make any money on it. It's hard for me to even play it anymore. I love playing Magic, but hey, it is what it is. You're getting older. you can't put too much effort into something that there's no return. But that's just to say that, I'm trying to find something. I like working on cars when I can. And I work on my own Camaro, and I think I told you guys yesterday too, the Camaro is fine, everything's working. Now we're just using the coolant, the flush, and we'll drive it, get a couple more hours on it, we'll drain it and put coolant in before we store it. But yeah, I've been picking up tools, trying to pick up skills that I'd never done before. So we're slowly and it's more of a hobby right now, right? I get to work on my own Camaro, saving a bunch of money, right? I mean, with that saved money, I did buy some tools, but then again, I'm probably still ahead from that perspective. Obviously, you're trading some time, but again, like I said, it was kind of nice to do some of that stuff. And to be honest, I actually kind of do enjoy it, and I actually like it, even though I'm old, 51, and doing wrenching. I just keep thinking back to what my dad did. Again, he kind of did it his whole life, but you get to see the product of what your work is, and that work. So that would have been nice. That would be nice to kind of like help out people around the neighborhood for work, but people don't really reach out to single guys in general. It's just people in general, to be honest. But yeah. Anyway, sorry if it sounds a little bummy there at the end, but we're trying things. It's really hard to, that's the one thing, right? It's really hard to keep trying and doing, keep doing something over and over and over and over and over, and you're hoping you get a different result, right? I think, I don't know, they credit Einstein saying, that's insanity. Keep doing the same thing and expecting a different result, right? So, I don't know. Sometimes you just keep going, you don't give up, and then it works. But where's that line? Drop a comment below. What are your thoughts on some of those? The older I get, like a lot of the like sayings, I'm like I agree with it and disagree with it at the exact same time. And then I'm like, okay, this is why I agree with some of it. This is why I disagree with it, and it's like it's too vague, right? Because whenever you make a statement, you can be wrong, or like you're not wrong, but you're not right. So it's like, okay, is it meaningless or not? Well, eye of the beholder, right? Eye of the beholder. Buddy and I, and maybe you guys played Dungeons and Dragons before. There's a beholder. It's just this little eyeball. And I think he said a joke. It was from like Dungeons and Dragons or something. And it's like the beholder was, oh, here's the eyewitness, and it's a beholder. I love stuff like that. It's funny. I haven't seen a good Star Wars joke in a while, man. Come on, let's get someone out there. All right, anyway, we got it's not 20 minutes, so we found the stop button, guys, all right? And hopefully you guys have a good one. One day, put one foot in front of the other, collect your dollar, repeat. All right, see ya. Bye.